Good morning, welcome to Weekend Skills Lab. I am Christy, and today is Saturday, January 18th, and today we are going to just jump right into the Pantry Challenge. So I'm a family of three. I have two teenagers and me, and we don't feed a ton of people, so I don't make big meals because we're gonna have a ton of leftovers. In the first couple of weeks of this Pantry Challenge, I was making these huge meals with a ton of leftovers, and I actually still have some of that in my freezer because we just weren't eating it fast enough. And so I'm trying to teach myself to cook smaller meals with what I have. And so far, we're gonna be on this Pantry Challenge for a while. So that's a little about my family. I give myself a $50 grocery budget every week. So far, except for last week, I have not hit that $50 threshold. Last week, I did have to buy, I didn't have to buy, but I like to drink protein shakes. That's my breakfast. I mix a protein shake with coffee every single morning, and that is my breakfast. That's just what I do. So I couldn't find those at the store when we went together, but I ordered them online from Walmart.com. It was $39. I had to order enough to get the $35, free shipping limit. So I did that. It was $39 to have that delivered. And so I have an entire case, those orange bottles right there. I have an entire case of my protein shakes. So we're good on that for the month and some change. So that was, this week I made corned beef hash and potatoes, which my daughter loved, and she's such a picky eater, and I had to convince her to try it, but she ended up loving it. She's actually asked me to make it again, so I will. And then I made tacos last night. We still have a little bit of that left. Taco meat around here doesn't last. We all love taco meat. I also made chicken chili verde burrito bowls. Delish. And those didn't last long either. Very, very good. And so that brings me to this week. I'm going to do a chicken Alfredo, which I don't need any ingredients for. I have breakfast night planned. Emily does want that corned beef hash and potatoes again, so I will make that again. I have that in a canning jar, so I'll make that again for her. And I also have breakfast sausages and eggs. We have pancakes in the freezer. We have lots of things to handle breakfast. Mongolian beef noodles. I found a recipe for this. I could buy one more ingredient to make these exactly like the recipe, but I'm not. We're gonna make do basically with what we have on this one. And if you want, I can show you that recipe. And a Mexican lasagna with lasagna noodles instead of tortillas. I do have tortillas, but I also have Mexican lasagna. I also have lasagna noodles, and quite honestly, lasagna, that's an effort of love, and I don't have that much love right now. So we're gonna do Mexican lasagna, which is gonna be a little bit different. So my grocery list is very, again, simple and basic. I am buying a couple of extra things because I'm gonna make some snacks. I'm gonna make a couple of breakfast options for myself that don't involve protein shakes, because after having thought it through, I was like, maybe I should incorporate food into breakfast instead of just the shakes. Literally, I've been drinking a protein shake and coffee, cold coffee, for breakfast every morning for the last 2 years. So going to try to incorporate, I'm not going to go crazy, a couple of breakfast things. So we'll see if I like it. I know I like the dish that I'm making, but will I continue to do it? Because I can put my protein shake in a cup with my coffee and go to work. Drink it on the way, drink it at my desk. It's done. But this requires an actual spoon and eating it. A little bit of effort. I'm also going to make, with things I already have, of course, some strawberry jam and some chocolate cherry jam. That's from the Ball website. So I think that's going to be fun. And those are going to incorporate into my breakfast plan as well. So overnight oats is what I'm going to make to try to do this breakfast thing. And I'm only going to make three? Yes, I'm going to make 3 for this week. I already have some carrot cake jam, and then I'm going to have this chocolate cherry jam, and I'm going to make some, these are all very small batch, by the way, strawberry jam, because I have 1 pound of frozen strawberries and 1 pound of frozen cherries. So very small, probably make 1 pint of each, I would imagine, when it's all done. And I'm not going to can them, I'm just going to put them in the refrigerator to use. And so what I'm making is like oatmeal, overnight oat parfaits with some Greek yogurt, jam, and then the oatmeal. So let's go to the store, get what we need. This grocery haul might be a little more expensive than the last one, because I think the pumpkin seeds and the sesame seeds and the eggs are probably gonna do me in. The eggs. Have y'all seen the egg prices? At the store we have milk, Greek yogurt, banana, salad, bread, eggs. I can't read that. Sesame seeds and pumpkin seeds. I didn't get to do this in the store, so we'll do it at home. This was my grocery list. So there's bananas, bread, and hamburger buns. My daughter likes to use hamburger buns for her sandwiches. Chicken breast patties. I'm pretty sure I have another bag of those in the freezer, the deep freezer, but I couldn't promise that, and Emily was with me, so we needed to get that. Bacon Caesar salad, some pumpkin seeds, some sesame seeds. These are for a project. I got a little bit of just plain vanilla Greek yogurts, 2 gallons of milk. Let's talk about the price of eggs. That was $8. And that's not even the brand I like to buy. And it was $8. Anyway, so this bill was a little more expensive than normal at $36.96. I did buy the cat litter and the pet food. I had to get a couple of other things for a project that is upcoming that I'm going to show you, but all that's on a separate transaction so that we didn't get confused with the Pantry Challenge. So there it is. Some real expensive eggs. You see this? Let me show you these eggs. Eggs. $7.90. Can you believe that? It's just, Anyway, so it was $36.96. Grocery haul, it's not bad. I mean, it's just kind of side stuff at this point, and the kids' lunches while I'm gone. And that I don't think we needed, but regardless, we go through a lot of milk in this house. And I'm going to need some milk today for my project, but yeah. Ridiculous. Good morning and happy Sunday. Yes, it is Sunday now. Yesterday got away from me. Yes, I'm still in the same clothes because it's so cold I wasn't going to change. So, today we're going to make overnight oat parfaits, and the components of that had to be made first. Except for the yogurt. I'm not into making yogurt yet. Maybe one day I'll learn, but not today. Today we're going to make a chocolate cherry jam with this 1 pound bag of frozen cherries and a small batch of strawberry jam with 1 pound of frozen cherries. Most jam recipes call for like 5-6 pounds of something, or cups or whatever. I don't have that much. I'm using what's in my freezer, right? So I have lemon juice, sugar, and I have some pectin up there in that cabinet that I'll get down in a second because I forgot about it. But I don't need much of that. And that's just for the cherry one. The strawberry one doesn't need it. So I'm going to start with the one that's the most intimidating to me, and that's the chocolate cherry jam. And I have converted all the ingredients because it did call for 6 cups. And this is from the Ball website. Okay, so I went ahead and smashed these up in the measuring cup, and I believe we are at 1.5 cups of actual cherries, so I'm going to adjust my recipe one more time. Okay, I have my new measurements, so I've got 1.5 cups cherries going in here. So there was 1.5 cups of cherries, and now I'm going to go in with 1.5 tablespoons of pectin. And 1.5 cups of sugar. Oh, I wasn't supposed to put the sugar in yet. I was supposed to put the lemon juice. Okay, well, a cup of it's already in there. 3 teaspoons of lemon juice. We're gonna see if that messes anything up. I'm not canning this, I'm just putting it in the fridge, so if I messed anything up, it's not the end of the world. So we're supposed to bring this to a boil that we cannot stir down. In the meantime, I'm supposed to be mixing the sugar and the cocoa powder. So we still have 1/2 cup of sugar. It's not in here. 2.5 tablespoons-ish. And 1/2 cup of sugar. So I'm mixing the sugar and the cocoa powder together. I'm going to continue mashing these cherries, just I don't want huge chunks of cherries. So that's what I've got now. I'm using a stainless steel pot. I don't know if that's like a requirement for making jam, but I remember when I was making brine, I had to use stainless steel pot because of the acidity in the vinegar. I don't know if that works the same for lemon juice, but I'm not taking a chance. I don't know if you can see it, but I can't stir it away now. So I'm going to add this mixture of the cocoa powder and sugar. Boil it for 1 minute. That smells so good. I'm removing it from heat. Okay, I'm not canning this. However, I went ahead and got one of these jars really hot, with just under the stove, under the hot water tap, and I'm going to get my canning funnel and pour it in. I'm just going to pour this in to this hot jar, and I may need another jar. Alright, got another jar. Put the rest of this in here. Look how dark and pretty that is. Reminds me of like a red velvet cake. That's cherry chocolate jam. Let those cool off and we're going to try it. Let this cool off for a second, we're going to try it. Y'all. That's so good. You mostly get the cherry, but oh my god. They're so good. Alright, so now we're going to make the strawberry jam, which I'm just using a bag of strawberries. I read the directions first this time. go ahead and add the strawberries to the pan. Let me turn it on. Turn it on. 1 pound of strawberries. And it says to add the sugar with the strawberries. So, and it's 1.5 cups of sugar. This is a 1/2 cup measure. Okay, and then we're going to wait for this to boil, and then I'll put in 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I'm going to go ahead and crush these down because they're still whole, but they are thawed. Alright, so once that comes up to boil, then I will add the 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and then we're going to boil this for 15 minutes. Then we're going to boil this for 15 minutes. And turn the heat down a little bit. Okay, 15 minutes is up. I'm going to turn this off. Make sure nothing burned to the bottom here. I did a good job. Even after having prepped that jar, it still freaks me out to pour molten hot jam in it. I think it's gonna bust. Okay. Again, we're not canning it. This is a used lid, and I'm just putting it over here on the towel to rest until it sets up a little bit, or until it cools off enough I can put it in the refrigerator. This is just refrigerator jam. Alright, so for the next component, we are making overnight oats in some little jars, and we're going to turn these into parfaits with our jam and some yogurt. So let me start these. Each one needs half a tablespoon chia seeds. I'm going to do half a tablespoon of honey, half a cup of milk, and a half a cup of old-fashioned oats. I'm just going to mix those up, and if all of the oats are not submerged, I'm going to go ahead and add a tablespoon of milk right on top. Lid on, and this is going in the fridge. So you get to see me on Monday too, because it's a holiday and I'm home. So, oh, good morning and happy Monday. Look, I changed. It's 3-day weekend, and the struggle has been real this weekend. I don't know if you're a reader or not, but I'm a reader, and when I get into a book that I really like, that's all that matters, and that's all that has mattered this weekend. So I read a lot, sorry. I have completed overnight oats in these little jars. So what we're making is overnight oat parfaits with our jam, cherry jam, strawberry jam, chocolate cherry jam, and I'm using vanilla Greek yogurt. So what we could do is assemble these in larger jars with, layers, in one jar, or we because I don't like, straight up, do not like cold oatmeal. So I'm going to microwave mine and put together a little bowl so I can try both of the jams on it, because I'm actually hungry. Both of the jams on it, and the yogurt, and do a little topping. See how good it is. All right, hang on. So I'm just going to put one of these in my bowl here. Scoop out the honey and the chia seeds that landed on the bottom. That's good. All right, I'm just going to heat this up in the microwave for a minute, and then we'll finish assembling. So this is now warmed up in the microwave. I did it for like 1 minute. And I'm going to put some strawberry jam. How it turned out. It's not, I didn't put any pectin in this, and it's kind of like a sauce. So I'm going to put this on half. And here's the cherry. After it's, again, it didn't set up real well, but smell that chocolate in there a little bit. Chocolate cherry. Whoops. Okay. Clean that up 1 second. So here we can see the layers already. We've got the oatmeal on the bottom, and then the jam, and then we're going to come in on top of this with the Greek yogurt. So I was telling you before that I like protein shakes every morning. That's what I have literally every morning for breakfast, is a protein shake with my coffee. And I'm thinking this would be a much more filling option with just as much protein, probably. Well, this has 12 grams in it. Maybe not as much, but I could get the higher protein content yogurts and have the same effect. Okay. Now, just for fun, because we have chocolate cherry jam and strawberry, go in with some little chocolate chips. Little chocolate chips on top. Do granola. I was going to make granola, but you know, book got in the way. Let's try this. Alright, so there it is. All done. She's so pretty. So you put that in a jar, and it would look really impressive. Okay, so this is the chocolate cherry side first. Let's try it. Every flavor comes through. That is so good. All right, let's try strawberry. I love the chocolate cherry with the strawberry with the chocolate chips. Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is so good. This is gonna be my lunch. That's so good. Oh, it's so good. I hope you try it. Since it's been a couple of days since I start of this video. Let me show you the seedlings that have come up. These are all tomatoes. These 4 are the tomatoes, and each variety has at least 1 that have come up. None of the peppers in any of them have sprouted yet, so not yet. But what I did was I took a book, just an old book, and I put it under here to prop this up. I'll show you. Got that propped up under a book so that it will be closer to the light, so they don't get leggy. They already got a little leggy before I caught them, but they're not bad. So they're closer to the light now, and then as they grow a little, I'll take that book out, give them room, and then we will have to up-pot these. I did put some sweet peas out front under some trellises, and hopefully those will be okay. They should have gotten quite a bit of cold these last few days, and they will continue. All right, so anyway, so sorry it took me 3 days to get that video done, but the book was good, and I'm actually, it's a series, and I'm not done with the second book. I'll just tell you. Fourth Wing, Rebecca Yarros, was the book I was reading that I was enthralled with. And then the second book is Iron Flame, which I am not finished with yet, but I made myself stop to finish this video. And then the third book comes out tomorrow, which is why I'm on a crunch to get this one done. And I do this to myself. And I'll be so disappointed when the third book is over, and I'll be like, what? Why didn't I take my time? But anyway, I'm a reader. That's what we do. So anyway, y'all have a great week. Stay warm. It's cold everywhere again. And I will see you soon.